Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 1. Yes, day number 1, week 2, spring 2024 of our journey together. Yes, day number 1, week 2, spring 2024 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here in the class. Let's begin. Today is Monday the 15th of January 2024. Our subject is, of course, mathematics. And the topic for today is simple interest. Simple interest. Now, have any of you ever done simple interest before? Anyone have ever done the topic of simple interest?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No? No?
I
Nakari, okay. Chai, you have never done simple interest before?
No, sir.
Wow, that's great. Wow. Wow. Anyone else have not done simple interest before? Have not done simple interest?
haven't.
I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't, sir.
Wow. That is crazy. Wow, wow, wow. Simple interest is a very important topic. We have simple interest. So these three big topics: ratios, which we did last week, simple interest, which we're doing today, and then higher purchase. Those are three big topics for your exam. All right, so let's get into it, right? So basically the idea with simple interest is that you borrow something. So you borrow an amount from the bank. Now, the thing about borrowing, when you're borrowing from the bank, or when we say borrowing, what's another word for borrowing from the bank? What's another word? It's an L word that you use.
Lending.
Loan.
A loan,
Loan.
yeah. Yeah, when you get a loan from the bank. So when you get a loan from the bank, that's different from getting a loan from a person. The difference between getting a loan from the bank and getting a loan from a person is that if you get a loan from the bank, so if you get a loan from a person, if you borrow $5, how much you have to pay back?
10.
No, if you borrow a loan, if you get a loan from if you borrow from someone, right, in real life, you say, "Lend me $5." When you come back, well, how much you have to give them back?
$5.
Just have to give them $5, right? But when you borrow from the bank, let's say you borrow $5 from the bank, when you come back, you think you have to just give them $5?
No, sir, you gotta pay them.
No,
You
sir.
gotta pay them interest.
Exactly. So when you borrow from the bank, you not only have when you pay them back, you can't just pay them back the $5 that you borrowed, you have to pay them back the $5 plus interest, right? So plus another thing again, all right? So you might end up paying $10, even though you only borrowed $5, all right? And someone say, well, that's not fair. Well, that's how the banks make money.
Or 15.
And so, or 15, yep, or even 15, that's correct. So that's what we mean by simple interest. So let's begin by take down these notes for me. So simple interest is a method of interest that always applies to the original amount. Original amount. Or we can say the original principal amount. With the same rate of interest for each or for every time or we can say for each cycle. Oh yeah, okay, I got you, for every time cycle. Okay. Now, when we invest or borrow, our money from the bank, the bank provides interest on our amount. All right, so now there are different types of interest. So you have simple interest, and maybe when you get to a higher grade, they'll teach you about compound interest. So today we're just gonna be looking at simple interest. That's what most of y'all need. For my BGCSE students, you'll have to learn about compound interest. That's only if you're doing like paper 3, right? So simple interest is a method that the bank use to charge you interest on the amount that you borrow or on the amount that you invest. So if you invest some money into the bank, you can get interest on the money that you borrow, or if you, sorry, on the amount of money that you invested, or if you borrowed from the bank, you have to pay interest on the amount that you borrowed. So how does it work? So the formula for simple interest, I'm going to give you the formula for simple interest. So the simple interest formula, we say the formula for simple interest. And that's why it's called simple interest. The reason why it's called simple interest because it's not hard to calculate. Anybody can calculate simple interest just once you have your calculator on. So the formula for simple interest, so the formula for simple interest, is given by the following formula. And so the formula for simple interest is below. All right, so the formula is the following. Let me give it to you. I'm gonna put it there. Does anyone know the formula with their head for simple interest?
ERT.
Yes, simple interest. So simple interest, which they call SI. Some people call it SI for short, or even I for short.
Is it principal rate and time?
Very good. Principal times rate times time. It's going to be equal to P. Where's the P? So P multiplied by R multiplied by what? T. Okay. So all over what? All over 100. All over 100. That's what we call the simple interest. That's the formula for simple interest. Now, each of these letters have a specific meaning. All right. So the P stands for something, the R stands for something, and the T stands for something. Does anyone know what the P stands for?
Principal.
Principal, very good. Principal. So P is for principal. Now do you remember what principal is? Anyone can remember what we mean by principal? It's principal. Now this principal is not the principal of a school. We're not talking about that type of principal. Principal is going to be the amount borrowed or invested. That's what we mean by the principal. The amount borrowed or invested. That is the principal. So P is for principal. Let me color code this. So the P is going to use, the color we're going to use for P is, let's say, baby blue. So principal is the amount that was invested or borrowed. Because you could borrow from the bank, right? And the amount you borrow is called a principal, or you can invest your money into the bank, which means you allow the bank to hold the money for you, right? That's what we call an investment. And because you allow the bank to hold the money for you and you're not gonna touch it, the bank would, they would pay you some money after like 2 years, just for allowing them to keep the money for like 2 years, right? So that's the principle. Then we have the R stands for what?
Rate.
Rate. And that represents the annual. And annual means what? What does annual mean?
Yearly.
Yearly. So the annual interest rate. So the P in the formula for simple interest is for principal. The R is for the rate, the annual interest rate. All right. That's what the R is for. So P is for principal. Let me put that. P is for principal. R is for rate. All right. And then T is for what?
Time.
T is for time. So T is for time. Now you must remember that time is always measured in years. Time is always measured in years. That's very important for in simple interest. Time is always given in years. So that means that if they give you 6 months, what is 6 months in terms of a year? What is 6 months as it relates to a year? No one knows?
A half of a year.
A half of a year. Very good. So time is equal to time. That's time is always given. Time of the loan. I'll just say time always given in years. So they may say simple interest for 2 years or for 3 years or whatever. And let's use another color for time. Time is going to be given by, let's use purple. Okay, good. So Aaron, can you tell me the formula for simple interest?
Simple interest formula is when you times the principal by the rate and then times that by the time.
All divided by what?
100.
All divided by 100. Okay, good. Bree, what is the simple interest formula? Hello, Bree, what is the simple interest formula? Where's Bree?
Yes, sir.
What is the simple interest formula?
P times R times X times T
Divided by what?
by 100.
Divided by 100. Good. Now, tell me, China, what is the P in the simple interest formula stand for?
Principal.
The principal. And what is the principal? What does the principal mean?
The amount borrowed or invested.
The amount borrowed or invested. And Nakari, what does the R stands for?
The rate.
The rate. All right. And the rate is the annual interest rate. Tegan, what is time? Sorry. What is T?
T is time and
Is-
it's always given in years.
Time is always given in years. So, Zaria, what is the formula for simple interest? Zario? Where's Zario? Okay, I can't hear from Zario. Tiana Russell, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What's the formula for simple interest?
The formula is P times R times T divided by 100.
Divided by 100. All right, good. And so this is what we mean by the simple interest formula. The simple interest formula is a very simple formula. All you gotta do is multiply the principal by the rate times the time all over 100. Let's do an example. So we can do a quick example on how to do this.
Mr. Petit, your screen is black.
My screen is black. You can't see my screen.
No, sir, it's black.
For me, it's just on the same screen as before.
Okay,
I see in your screen.
you can see my screen. Okay. All right, so let's consider this question. So the question says that they want us to calculate the, let me do an example. Just put example on this side.
Your screen still on the
Still
same thing.
don't. Yeah, your screen hasn't changed.
Yeah, because I haven't changed it. What y'all want me to do? Change it? I haven't changed it yet. So example. So let's do this example. Example number 1. Let me keep this on this side. So good. So that's the space for example on this side. So example number 1 says, determine the simple interest. Put everything on this side. So according to this question, let's say that P, let's use this to say A. So let's say that P is equal to 500. Let's say that R is going to be equal to, capital R is equal to 8%. And let's say that T is equal to 3 years. And so what the question wants us to do is to determine the simple interest given this information. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna write down our formula. We're gonna start off with that. Simple interest equals to so I'm gonna show you how to answer it. So simple interest is gonna be equal to, let's say, put our fraction. So the first thing we're gonna do is state our formula. So it's gonna be P multiplied by what? Multiplied by R, multiplied by T all over 1.
The T.
100.
All over 100.
100.
Good. So now we're gonna replace our letters with numbers. So whenever we see P, we're gonna put what? What number we're gonna?
500.
We gotta put 500 because the principal is what? 500. 500, right? So it's gonna be 500. So P is 500.
500.
Times 8.
Now times R. What is R? R is gonna be what?
8%.
8. We don't put the percent sign. We just put 8. And then time is what?
3.
3.
3.
And that's gonna be what? 3. So the second line says 500 times 8 times 3 all over 100. So what could we do here?
Cross out the zeros.
Yeah, you could cross out the zeros. So if you cross out the zeros, if you cross out the zeros, you can go like this 0 can cancel out with that 0, and this 0 can cancel out with that 0. Okay, and that way you can get your answer. All right, that's one way you could do it. I think that's one of the best ways to do it. I think we should do it that way. So we cancel out the 2 zeros. And so now we're just left with, so we cancel out the 0 on the top, and the 0 at the bottom, and the 0 on the top, and the 0 at the bottom. So that means that we are left with 5 times 8. All right. And what is 5 times 8?
40.
40. Good.
40.
40.
So simple interest is going to be equal to 5 times 8, which is 40. Multiplied by what?
3.
40 multiplied by 3. And what is 40 multiplied? Oh, it's going to be over 1, not over 100 anymore, because the 2 zeros already cancel out. Now, what is 40 multiplied by 3?
120.
Is that true?
120.
Anyone else got that?
120.
40 multiplied by 3 is
120.
what? 120? Yeah, that's correct.
120.
So it's going to be 120 over 1. over 1. And what is 120 over 1? That's going to be what?
120.
120.
120.
120. So the simple interest, or the interest earned, after you have already borrowed or invested after you already borrowed or invested $500, is going to be 120. All right, so let's go over it one more time. So what I did was, notice the question. The question says that they want us to calculate or determine the simple interest. We know that P is equal to what? 500, R is equal to 8, and T is equal to 3. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take P, which is 500, and put it here. We're gonna take R, which is 8%, and put it here. And we're gonna take T, which is 3 years, and put it for the T. So we replace P with 500, we replace R with 8, and we replace T with 3. Okay. All right, so now what we do is we cancel out the zeros on the 500, because this 0 and that 0 can cancel out, and this 0 and this 0 can cancel out, leaving us with just what? With just 1. And how do we get 40? What do we do?
5 times 8.
5 times 8. Very good.
Multiply.
Equal.
5 times 8.
Very good. We multiply 5 times 8, which is going to be 40. And that's 40 times 3. What is 40 times 3?
120.
120.
120.
20.
And we still put over 1, and 120 over 1 is just 120.
120.
So the answer is 120. That's the answer. Okay. Any questions on how we got this? Any questions?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
So basically, simple interest is kind of just multiplying along the way and canceling.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Myla, I think that's your name.
Yes, sir.
All right. Waterfall, can you explain how we got, is waterfall there? Yes. Waterfall, can you explain how we got 120, please?
Yes, First, we gotta find simple interest, which would be P principal times R rate times T time.
Mhm.
The P is
All over
equal to
100. Don't forget that.
all divided by 100. Yes, so
Mhm.
P is equal to 500.
Mhm.
R is equal to 8%,
Mhm.
and T is equal to 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, yeah, you cross out the 2 zeros.
So we replace P with 500, R with 8, and T with 3. And
Yes,
then what we
sir.
do?
Cross out the 2 zeros from the 500 and the 100,
Mhm.
which would leave us with 5 and 1. Then you multiply 5 times 8,
Mhm.
which gives us 40
Mhm.
times 3 over 1.
Mhm.
And then you multiply 40 times 3, which would be equal to 120.
Mhm.
And when you divide that by 1, it still gives you 120.
Very good. So the answer is 120. Thank you. Waterfall. Tyra, explain how we got 120.
Yes, so we got 120 because after multiplying our principal rate and time, which was 500 times 8 times 3 over 100, we then broke it down to get 40 by 3 over 1 by cancellation. And then 40 times 3 is 120, and 120 over 1 just is 120.
Very good. All right, I need one more person to explain it. I need a boy to explain it. Any male volunteers? I'm gonna ask again. Are there any male volunteers?
Let me explain it, Mr. Bati. Yes, sir.
Shion, you're female. Go ahead, Dijon.
Yes, sir. So we got 120 by P is 500, R is 8, and T is 3. And we cancel out the 2 zeros from 500 and 100, which gives us 5 times 8 times 3 divided by 100. Then we do 5 times 8, which gives us 40 times 3 over 1. And then 40 times 3 gives us 120 over 1. Then we divide it by 120 by 1, which still gives us 120.
Very good. So the answer is 120. 120. Good. Okay, are we done with the slide? Can I move it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's do another example. For those who are not finished with this slide, I'm gonna put the slide inside the chat for your benefit if you're not done with this. All right, so just to be clear, for those who do not understand what simple interest is, this is the interest that the person has to pay. All right. So if they borrow $500 from the bank with 8% interest and they have to pay it over 3 years, the amount of interest that will be accumulated will be $120. So question, how much money will they have to return to the bank? That's a good question. How much money will they have to return?
$620.
Who said that?
Milo.
Very good, Milo. They have to return $620 to the bank. Why?
Because they borrowed $500 and the interest would be $120. When you add those two together, you get 620.
Very good. So they have to pay the money that they borrowed plus the $120. All right. Is that a fair deal?
Yes, sir.
That's a fair deal? No. So you borrow 500, but you have to pay back 620. Is that a fair deal?
I mean,
Yes,
as
sir.
a going
Yes, sir.
rate for
Yeah.
what interest would usually be, it is a fair deal.
It is a fair deal? Okay, interesting. All right, so let's move on to the next question. So example number 2. So for example number 2, the instructions is still to determine the interest rate or the simple interest. So determine the simple interest. Now for this one, I want to do one where we do not have okay, let's say that P is, this is a good one. Let's say that P is equal to 5, P is equal to 50. Let's say that R is equal to 12. And let's say that T is equal to is equal to 1. All right. All right, so what's the first thing we're gonna do?
Write out your formula.
Write out our formula, very good. And remind me, what is the formula for simple interest?
P times R times T.
P times R times T or divided by what?
100.
Divided by 100. Good, so simple interest is going to be equal to principal times rate times time all over 100. What's the next thing that we do?
Replace the B with 50
Replace
or
B with
12 and T with
R
1.
12, R with 12, and T with 1. So the P is going to be replaced with 50, the R is going to be replaced with 12, and the T is going to be replaced with 1 all over
100.
all over 100. Very good. Good. Next. Can we cancel out anything?
We can
Yes.
cancel the 0 behind the 5 with one of the zeros and 100.
Very good, we can. So in this one, we don't have 2 zeros to cancel out, but we have 1 0, so we can cancel out that. So it's gonna be, let's cancel out the zeros. So it's gonna be this 0, which is that, cancel with that 0. And so we're gonna be left with what?
5,
5 times 12 times 1.
12,
Very good. 5 times 12 times 1 all over
110.
all over 10. All over 10. Good. So let's take this one at a time. Let's multiply 5 times 12.
60.
So that'll be, so 5 times 12 is what? 60. And 60 times 1 is
60.
60. Very good. So 5 times 12 is 60, and 60 times 1 is 60. Because anything but any quantity multiplied by 1 is the quantity itself. So we have 60 over 10. And what can we do now? Can we simplify or cancel out?
Would it be 6?
We
It
yeah.
would be 6.
Why?
60
10 goes
divided by
into
10 is
60
Because
6
you
times.
divide it by 10.
Very good. 60 divided by 10 is
6.
6. Very good. So the answer is 6. So the simple interest on $50 is $6. At least based on this interest rate and the time given. So $6. So the amount of money that they have to pay back is how much? How much money they have to pay back?
$56.
$56. Very good. Aaron, can you explain how we got our simple interest? Aaron, come on, man. We don't have all day. Explain how we got the simple interest.
We got the simple interest by timesing. We times 5. I mean,
Start from when you replace the numbers.
okay, so because P is
It's not
equal to
okay. It's
50
not okay. It's either yes or no in this class. I keep on telling you that. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, so we have to replace P with 50,
Mm-hmm.
R with 12, and the time by 1.
Yeah.
So then we would cross up the 50 0 and then the 100 0.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would times 5 by 12, and then what we get from that would be times by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So then we would get 60 over 10.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we divide 60 over 10, so we get 6.
Very good. Amari, Markfi, do you understand how we got this? Amari?
Yes, I understand how we got it.
Okay, explain how we got 6.
The principal equal 50, the R equal 12, the time equal 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you would put 50 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the 0 and the 50 were one of the zeros in the 100.
Mm-hmm.
Multiplied 5 by 12, which is 60,
Mm-hmm.
and then 1, which is still 60,
Mm-hmm.
and 60 by 10, which gave you 6.
Very good. Very good explanation. Cartier Kalma, do you understand how we got it?
Yes, so
Can you pronounce your name for me, please?
it's Cartier.
Cartier. Explain how we got 6, please.
Okay, basically,
It's not okay. You don't want to respond to me with okay.
yes, so
Go ahead.
we use the formula, which is P times R times T. So 50 is P, 12 is R, and T is 1. So
Mhm.
50 times, first we cross out the 0 in the 50, and then we cross out the 0 in the 100, so now it's 10, and now the top is 15. So 5 times 12, which is 60, and then 60 times 1, which is still 60, so 60 divided by 10, which is 6.
Very good explanation.
Thank you.
And Caitlin, where's Caitlin?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how we got 6?
Yes, sir.
Explain to me how we got 6.
Yes, sir. So since the principal is 50 times the rate, which is 12,
Mm-hmm.
times the time, which is 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you cross off the 0 on the 50 and then the 0 on the 100, which makes it 5 times 12 over 1 times 10,
Mm-hmm.
which would be 5 times 12 is 60.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would be 60 times 1, which is 60. And then you would keep the 10, so it's 60 over 10.
Yes.
And then you cross off the 0 on the 60 and the 0 on the 10, which would make it 6 over 1. So the simple interest would be 1.
The simple interest will be
6, sorry.
6. Very good. What's your name again?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Very good. Leandra McIntosh, do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And what's his name? Kingston Standards. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Randisha Misick, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sky, you understand?
Yes, sir.
No, not Chai. Sky. Sky Cash.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shannon, you understand how to do this?
Yes, sir.
And Tatum major. You understand how to do this, Tatum? Where's Tatum major? Can't have from Tatum major for some reason. Okay, I think that we are ready to go. Joseph, you have a question?
I was about to ask another one explanation.
You want another explanation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Leandra McIntosh, explain it for him, please. Leandra?
I was ready for the next explanation too.
Oh, you are ready for an next explanation as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Kingston Standard.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain it?
All right.
It's not all right. It's not all right. Do not respond to me with all right. It's either yes or no, so I don't know where y'all get that foolishness from.
Yes, sir.
I am not your peers. I am not your friends. I'm not your peers. And I ain't trying to be your friend. I'm trying to teach you so you can pass your exam. That's my job.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
So we had to write the formula P times R times T divided by 100.
Mm-hmm.
And so we replace we replace P with 50,
Mm-hmm.
R with 12,
Mm-hmm.
and T with 1
Yes.
over 100.
Yes.
And the first thing we did was cross over the zeros from the 50 and 100, giving us 5.
Yes.
Then we multiply 5 times 12 equals 60 times 1 equals 60.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 60 over 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also did the same thing, crossing out the 0 from the 60 and the 0 from the 10, and that's how we get 6.
Very good. That's how we got 6. Thank you for the explanation.
That's all.
Okay, good. Did that help, Joseph
That's all.
and Deandra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go on to it's 6:45. Pretty early for grade exercise. I'm not gonna do another example. I think I don't want to be the dead dog. I think after 2 examples, it should understand how to do it in some sense. Yeah, let's go on to the grade exercises.
You can send the example. I not finished the.
Oh, you're not finished with this one. Okay, so for those of you who are not finished with this example, let me put it inside the chat for you so you can benefit from it. This is example number 2. Okay, good. All right, so let's move on. So grade exercise number 1. So for the grade exercises, when I say grade exercise, that means that you have to do it on your own. And I'm going to give you opportunity to do it. Once you finish with your work, you must take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you're finished with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is 426-8891. Again, let me repeat myself. Once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is 426-8891. Make sure, for heaven's sake, make sure that your handwriting is neat so I can understand that. Do you hear me, Bri? Make sure your handwriting is neat so that I can understand it. Otherwise, you have to do it over. And make sure once you finish, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need to see your notes, what you're doing. So let's begin. I think I'm only gonna give you 6 of them. It's gonna start from number 2 because I'm using this worksheet and we already did number 1 and number 1A and number 2A and we already did number 1A. We already did number 1B. So it's gonna start from 2A because I'm using this worksheet. So still headed up from number 2, all right? Because we already did number 1 in the examples, all right? So yeah, so the instructions are still the same. Let me put it there. Determine the simple interest. In each case, so let's write that down. In each case, determine the simple interest. So all right, so let's go. Now, when they say I, they mean the simple interest. So that's what they are trying to tell you for when they say I. Like I said, the abbreviation for some people use is I or SI. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 questions. Yeah. So do this on your own.
We have to write it just like that, or how you explain it to us, Mr. T.
Okay, so when you do this one, after you finish write it, you're just gonna write your formula. So simple interest. Simple interest is gonna be equal to what? P times what? Times R times what?
T.
Times T all over what?
100.
All over 100. Good. For this one, the principal is what? 25. The rate is what?
I have a question.
Go ahead. 2.
Like how you writing it like that, right?
Mhm.
Like how it says P equals $25. I could write it how I learned it in school, or I have to write it like that.
Who's speaking? Malia?
In school, we just write it 25.
No, I mean you can write it as how your teacher taught you. That's fine.
Okay.
So the first thing we do is we have to multiply the 25 by the 2. And then you have to multiply whatever you got from that by 13. Then divided by 100. So in this case, there's no easy simplification for this one. So you have to multiply the 25 by 2 and you should get 50. And then multiply 50 by 13. And then you should get that answer, and then it'll be whatever that is divided by 100. So 25 times 2 is 50, and 50 times 13 is 650. So that's going to be simple interest. So simple interest is going to be equal to, Tatum, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 50 multiplied by what? 13 all over 100. And what is 50 times 13? That's going to be what?
650.
650 over 100. All right. And what is, can we cancel out?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can. And we still could divide 65 by 10, and that'll give us 6.5. And so that's how you do the first one. All right, Ajani, do you understand how to do this? Ajani, do you understand how we do this?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Akiro?
Yes, sir.
Aliyah, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Angel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, someone have a question?
Yeah. What to do with the ones without the decimals? I don't really understand that.
Which one?
With the decimal.
You mean 0.99? Which one? Which one are you talking about without the decimal? Which one?
0.99.
Okay, so you just have to do, so you have to replace P with 80, R with 0.99, and then T with 18. Then you have to multiply 80 by 0.99, and you have to multiply whatever you get from that by 18.
Okay, so just basically doing it the same.
Yeah, just multiply it.
Thank you.
Um, Ashton Webb. Where's Ashton? Ashton, what number are you on? Number 3, okay. All right, Bethany, what number are you on?
2B.
Number what? Number what?
2B. Yeah, number 2.
2B, okay. Rashawn Thurston, Turnquest, what number you on?
I just finished the first one, so I guess the second.
2A, 2B?
Yes, sir.
Right, Turnquest, what number you on?
I on 3C.
3C? Why you sound different?
That wasn't me.
Who that was?
Nakari.
Oh, Nakari. I thought that was Bry. Okay, go ahead on Bry.
I'm on 2B.
2B.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
Should I label them as like 2A, 2B, 2C, or 1, 2, 3, 4?
Were you here? I said specifically, do not label them differently. Keep the labeling the same. That's exactly what I said. So that means you're not paying attention then. Come on, you have to listen. Now I'm repeating myself. So do not change the numbers. Label them as 2 A, B, C, D, and then 3 A, B, C, D. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Next time, please pay attention. And do not ask me questions I already went over. Bree, what number are you on? Where's Bree?
I'm the number 2, sir.
2, there's 4 number 2s. Number 2, A, B, C, or D?
2B.
2B. Okay, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
She stopped me from today. Hi.
Good night. It's the same way how we doing 4B. It's the same way how we do 3C and the rest of them.
Yes, that's correct. The same way.
I don't think I understand that.
Hello, Shwesh, that's Chanel.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay, like I was explaining, let me show you something. You can still see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like for example, for 2B, right? What you'll do is, what is the principal?
175.
Okay, so we have to say principal times rate times time all over 100. So now the principal is 175, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
What is the rate?
1,
1. What is the time?
5.
Good. So it's gonna be 175 times 1 times 5 all over what?
100.
100. Good. Now, what is 175 times 1?
175.
Good. Multiplied by what?
5.
5. All over what?
100.
100. Good. Now, what is 175 times 5?
875.
875. So 175 times 5 is 875. That's correct. And so we have to take 875 and divide it by what?
100.
100. And what is 875 divided by 100? That's going to be what? 8.75.
8.75.
Yeah, 8.75. All right, so that's how we get it. You understand now, Chanel?
I don't think you still understand. Because
What's
that
the
one have a
problem?
point, that
A
one have a
decimal?
dot in the middle of that one.
The reason is because you
Yeah.
get the dot because you divide. Do you know how to divide, Chanel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just divide 875 by 100 and you will get 8.75. Because when you try to divide it, let me show you. Look. So if we do 100 into 875. How many times can 100 go into 875?
8.
8 times, right? So it's going to be 8. So 100 times 8 is what? 800, right?
Yes, sir.
5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 0 is
7.
7. Good. Good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to, how many times can 100 go into 75? It can't, right?
No, sir.
So we have to put a point. Now the point gives us the permission to put an imaginary 0. Okay. So now we have to do how many times can 100 go into 750? How many times can 100 go into 750? Hello?
7.
7 times. What is 100 times 7?
700.
700. And 750 minus 700 is going to be what? $50, right?
Yes, sir.
But remember, we have the imaginary, remember we have the decimal point. The decimal point gives us permission to put another imaginary 0 here. And so now the question is, how many times can 100 go into 500? How many times can 100 go into 500?
5.
5 times. So 100 times 5 is what?
5.
No, 100 times 5 is what?
500, sorry.
500. So the answer is 8.75. And that's how we get 8.75.
Oh,
Understand now?
yes, sir.
Good.
Excuse Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
So the overall answer which you would put on the line would be once you already added the principal to the number which you got, right?
What you talking about? No. We just want the simple interest.
So just put the answer what you already got on the line. Don't
Yeah,
add it?
don't add it. They just want the simple interest. They don't want the total amount.
Okay, thank you.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Clement, do you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
On 2B, it says 300 times 6 over 300 times 6 times 20 over 100. Since
Say it-
300 has 2 zeros and 100 has 2 zeros, do you just cross the both them out?
Yeah, yes, you can. All right.
Mr. Petit, I could cross out the zeros and number 2B, right?
Number 2B, well, like how number 2B? No, how I do number 2B is how it's supposed to be done. Look at what I did. There's no 0 on the top for you to cancel out, so you can't cancel the 2 zeros at the bottom. You
Thank
need
you.
numbers at the top that has zeros to be able to cancel the 2 zeros at the bottom. You understand
you.
me?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good. Please, if you're finished, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, if you're finished with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Is there anyone who finished yet? Is there anyone who's done? Zaria? Zaria. Hello, Zaria. Where's
Yes,
Zaria?
sir.
Why are you playing games with me? Why?
Pardon?
Why are you playing games with me? Why are you playing games with me? Why are you doing that?
I'm not playing games.
Yes, you are. You send me the answer with no working. When since we do math without working?
We
When
don't.
since? We don't. So you're gonna go in the exam and do the same thing. Just put the answer, right?
No, sir.
Okay, well, don't do it in my class then.
Yes, sir.
Please show working. Show you're working. Once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. My number is 426-8891. Again, my number is 426-8891. Show all working, please. I can't believe I have to say that inside a math class. That's obvious. Show all working. Cartier Kalma. Cartier, I think. What number you on?
I'm on 3C.
3C. KVAT Percenti, what number you on?
I'm on 2C.
2C. Chai, what number you on?
2C.
2C. China Sanders, what number you on?
3A.
3A. For those who are new, when you send me your work, I need you to put your name, please, because I don't know your name. So when you send in your work, if you're new, if it's your first time, I need you to send your name as well. China. Okay, I already asked China. Sierra Rackley, what number you on?
C.
2C or 3C?
3C.
3C, okay. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. If you do not understand what to do, or if you're confused with the question, let me know. Joseph, what number you on?
Number 4.
Number what?
Number 4.
There's no number 4 on the screen.
The fourth one on the top.
I think he means 2D.
Clement, you're not his mouthpiece. And first of all, I'm talking to him, not you. Now back to Joseph. What number are you on?
2D.
Okay. Clement, what number are you on?
3A.
3A. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Seren Newbold, what number are you on?
3A.
3A. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
And Tia Gibson, what number are you on?
3A.
3A. Deshaun Pinder, what number are you on?
3A.
Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Dion, what number are you on, Dion?
2D.
2D. Darnik, what number are you on? Darnik, what number are you on, Darnik? I can't have from Darnik. Dwayne Slew, what number are you on? Where's Dwayne? Dwayne Slew, are you there? Dwayne Slew. Can't have from Dwayne. Egypt. Egypt, are you there? Egypt.
Yes, sir.
Egypt, what number are you on?
3B.
3B. Avanice, what number are you on?
3D.
3D. And Gianna, what number are you on?
3C.
3C. You understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gilbriana, what number are you on?
Excuse me, Mr. Boogie, you call me?
Gilbriana,
Yes, sir.
what number are you on?
3A.
3A. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jalen.
Yes, sir.
Why are you playing games with me? And why do you practice lying? Do you think lying will carry you far?
Yes, sir.
So why you lied to me and tell me you're gonna finish the homework?
I finishing it up.
No. You tell me he's gonna finish the homework that day on Sunday. Come on, Jalen. You have to do the homework when the homework is due. You know, the homework was done from Friday, due from Friday.
So
So
I
what you?
finishing it up.
No. You still talking about finishing it up. It's supposed to have been finished, Jalen. And plus, I give you all a Sunday afternoon to finish it up. You have to do better than that, Jalen. Have to.
So,
What number you on?
I on 3.
3A. Okay. Jasmine, what number you on, Jasmine? And Jevin, what number you on, Jevin?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I don't understand 3A.
You don't understand 3A? Who is that speaking?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, do you understand how to do the rest of them?
I understand how to do the rest, but only 3A I was a little confused on.
Okay, so let's do it. So with 3A, you know the formula is what? Principal times rate times time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the principal?
44.
44 multiplied by
1.5.
1.5 multiplied by
7.
7 all over.
100.
Good, all over 100. Now let's multiply 44 times 1.5. Do you know how to multiply?
Yes, sir.
By the way, what happened to your brother?
His tablet did gone dead.
Oh, his tablet died. Is he always gonna be
Yes, sir.
at that place at 4:30?
No, sir.
Okay, because he needs to be home.
Yes, sir.
5 times 4 is what?
20.
20. Put the 0 down, put the 2 up. 5 times 4 is 20 again. That's gonna be what?
Pardon me?
5 times 4 is 20 plus 2.
22.
22. What do we do after that?
We bring a 0 down.
We put the 0 down. Very good. What is 1 times 4?
4.
4.
What is 1 times 4?
4.
4.
4. And then we add them. So 0 plus 0 is?
0.
2 plus 4 is?
6.
6. 4 plus 2 is?
6.
6. Since there's only one number behind a decimal point, we're going to put one number here. So the answer is 66. So now we have to take 66 and multiply it by 7. You understand why we multiply it by 7, right? Because of this. Understand, Cheyenne?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So 66 multiplied by 7 is going to be what? 6 times 6 is 42. 6 times 7, sorry, is 42. And 6 times 7 is 42. And 42 plus 4 is 46. So the answer is 462. So the simple interest is going to be equal to 462 divided by what? Divided by what?
100.
Uh-huh. And what is 462 divided by 100?
Oh.
4.6. 4.62. We just move it to decimal place back. And so that's how we get 4.62.
Thank you.
Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. Again, once you finish with the work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you finish with the work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. And where's Lanaya? Lanaya, are you there? Okay, anyone finish with that work?
Hello. Sorry.
Yeah,
I am.
you are.
I am.
Okay. Lanaya,
Yes, sir.
what happened? You ain't send me nothing yet.
You said I can't get anything lower than a 38, right? So
Yes.
I got 34 out of 40 last time, so I did it over.
Okay. That's been an
I
hour
just
and
finished.
30. It's just been an hour and 30 minutes. So you spent an hour and 30 minutes on that? An hour and 30 minutes. An hour and 30 minutes on one exam. What you have to do is you have to work faster than that, Lanaya. You can't take you an hour and 30 minutes to do one exam. Come on, an exam that you already did before. This ain't your first time seeing the exam. What you got on it the second time?
I got a 38. I got one. I think I only got one question wrong.
A 38? Okay. Send it to me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. And if it's your first time, sending me stuff, please put your name because I don't know who you are if you don't put your name. Kingston, what number you on?
I on 3D.
3D. Leandra McIntosh, what number you on?
3B.
3B. Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Makari Roberts, what number you on?
I finished. I about to send it.
Again, if this is your first time, make sure I put your name, please. Otherwise, I don't know who you are. Chardonnay, what number you on?
I'm on 3D.
3D. Tegan, what number you on?
I'm on 3B.
3B,
3B.
okay. Zaria? Where's Zaria? Zaria.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing anything after class?
No, sir.
Okay, stay back so we can go over your paper, your
Yes, sir.
papers. Did you make the corrections?
Pardon, which corrections?
Did you make the corrections I told you to add the work in?
Oh, I'm doing it now.
Okay. Tyra, you finished?
No, sir.
What number you on?
I finished 3D, but I went back to 3C.
Okay. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. To Nas Forbes, what number you on?
3C.
3C, okay. So my hair burn, what number you on?
I sending it to you now.
Okay. Okay. Waterfall.
Yes, sir.
You can't cancel them zeros. You can only cancel the zeros if it's in the back.
Which number?
It's 3D.
Oh. Yes, sir. Hmm. Hmm.
Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Let's go over the questions. We're gonna go over them one by one so you can get an understanding of how to do these. Okay, any volunteers for explaining number one?
I could do it.
Go ahead, Myla.
Okay, so first you would have to write down your formula, which would be principal times rate times time, which would be PRT. Then for the second step, you have to replace P with 25, R with 2, and T with 13. And since there are no zeros, you don't have to cancel out. You move on to the next step after you multiply 25 times 2, which would be 50. Then you must multiply again 50 times 13 over 100. But you could cross out one of the zeros behind the 50 with a 0 on 100, leaving you with 5 times 13.
Uh-huh. What's your answer?
Pardon?
What's your answer?
The answer would be 6.5.
6.5.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. All right, so what we did would be is we replace P with 25. We put R with 2, and we place T with 13. We do 25 times 2, which gives us 50. 50 times 13, which is 650. We cancel the 2 zeros, and we do 65 divided by 10, which is 6.5. And so the answer is 6.5. Anyone got 6.5 for number one?
Yes,
I
sir.
did.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. All right, do we have any volunteers to explain on number 2B? Go ahead, Chadney.
First, to find the simple interest, we have to write the formula, and the formula is principal times rate times time divided by 100. And the principal is 175, and then the rate is 1, and then the time is 5. So first we multiply 175 times 1, and then we get 175, and then we do 175 times 5, and then we get 876, and then we divide that by 100.
875.
875, and then we divide that by 100, and then our answer would be 8.75.
8.75. Very good. Anyone else got 8.75 for the answer?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I got it.
Very good, Theo. Anyone else?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I
Yes,
did, sir.
Good. Okay. Any volunteers for number 3?
I can try.
Go ahead, Casey.
First, we write down the formula P times R times T over 100.
Wait, don't go too fast. Let me write it down. So simple interest equals to P
Times
R.
R times T over 100.
Times T all over
100.
100. Good.
And then we put for principal, we put 15 times 7. The 7 is the rate, and the time is
Times 7 times
6 over 100.
Times 6 over 100. Over 100.
Then we multiply.
Give me one moment. Give me one
times-
moment. One moment, Casey. Okay, go ahead, Casey. So you said 15 is the principal, 7 is the rate, and 6 is the time, all of 100?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Then we multiply 15 times 7, which give us 105. Then we multiply 105 times 6 over 100.
Wait, 15 times 7. Which is 105. Very good. Multiply by what?
Then we multiply 105 by 6 over 100.
100.
And then we get 630.
So when you multiply 105 times 6, you get, what you get?
630
630.
over 100. And then when we divide 630 into 100, we get 6.3.
Okay, so 630 divided by
100
is 6.3. 6.3, very good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
Sorry for being late, but can you please send the notes inside the chat?
So Bria used to do this every single night. Every night. Every night. So the answer is 6.3. All right. So simple interest is 6.3. Because we do 630 divided by 100. What is 630 divided by 100?
6.3.
630 divided by 100 is 6.3. Anyone got number 2C right?
I did.
Yes, I did.
Come on, only 4
I
persons.
got it.
Anyone else got all of them?
Did so.
I
did.
I did.
I also
Okay.
got it right.
Very good.
Got it.
Okay, good. My number is 426-8891. Once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Okay. Any volunteers for number 2D?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Shion. Nevaeh, you could do the next one.
Okay, the formula you put down, what is P times R times T over 100.
So simple
Then
interest, one moment.
simple, yeah, the simple interest is
No, one moment, let me write it down. So simple interest is gonna be P times R
times T over 100.
times T. All over
100.
100. Good, what do we do at this point?
Then we place the 300, which is the principal, times 6, which is the rate, times 20, which is the time, 20 years,
So the principal is 300,
times 6, which is the rate,
times 6, which is the rate,
times 20, which is
times
20
20,
years,
which is the time in years, yeah. All over
all over 100.
all over 100.
Then we XO the zeros.
Then we
XO the zeros from the bottom to the top.
let me cancel the zeros here, 0 here, this 0 there, that 0 there, which gives us what?
It gives us 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 times 20. Okay. 3, which give us 3 times 6, which is 18. 3 times 6 times 20 over 1.
So this is gonna be 3 times 6, which is what?
18 times 20 over 1.
Very good. 18 times 20 all over?
Over 1.
All over 1, very good.
$18 times 20 is 360 over 1, which is 360 by itself. Mr. Pati.
One moment.
All right.
I'm sorry. So you say the simple interest would be 18 times 20 over 1. After that, what we do?
So we times.
Uh-huh.
We times 18 times 20, which is 360 over 1.
360 over 1.
And 360 over 1 give us 360.
Very good. So 360 all over 1 is going to be equal to, so the simple interest is going to be equal to
360.
360. Where's Jabez? It's
Yes, sir.
Jabez. Where's his sister?
I'm not sure.
What's that? Oh, that's Caitlin. Okay, I was trying to figure who's Caitlin. Okay, good. So the answer is 360. So y'all are not in the same place?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. All right, anyone got number 2D right? 360.
I did.
Hi. Casey, Olivia.
I did, sir.
Waterfall.
I did.
Okay. Anyone else got 360 for 2D?
I did.
Nathan, Caitlin.
I did.
I did.
I also
Right.
did.
All right,
I
that's
did.
good.
I did.
That's good. Tatum, do you have a question?
No, so I'm saying I did too.
Okay. All right, let's move on to question 3A. Okay, any volunteers for question 3A? Anyone want to explain 3A? Go ahead, Nevaeh. I'm sorry. Yes, you're supposed to go next. That's true.
So the first thing you want to do is write down your formula, which is simple interest equals P times R times T. So the that would be 44 times 1.5 times 7.
How did you get those numbers?
44 is the principal, 1.5 is the rate, and then 7 is the amount of years. So 44 times 1.5 gives you 66, and then you times that with 7 over 100. So 66 times 7 is 462 over 100, and you divide 462 over 100, which gives us 4.62 as the final answer.
4.62 as the final answer. Very good. Anyone got 4.62 for the answer for this one?
Yeah, so I get that.
Yes.
Okay,
I
good.
did.
That's good.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to question 3B. Any volunteers for that one? Question 3B. Any volunteers for that?
I guess I'll do it.
Go ahead, Nakari, sorry.
The way I did it was $80 of 99% of 18 years. That's how I wrote it. But yeah. 80 times 99 is 720.
No, Mom, it's not 99. You have to do, it's 0.99. It's not 99. So it's gonna be 80 multiplied by 0.99 multiplied by 18 all over 100. Okay, that's how we look at it. And so
I did it that way, but yeah, I was multiplying.
yeah, I don't know why you use 99. It's 0.99. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now when we multiply 80 times 0.99, what do we get?
792.
So 80 multiplied by 0.99 is 7.92. And then we multiply it by 8, what you get? I mean 18, what you get? You get
1,256.
426.6
Yes, that's what I got.
all over
100.
all over 100. And then when you divide that by 100, what you get? What you got?
I got 142.56.
14.256. All right, anyone else got that for number 3B? 14.256.
I did.
Yes, sir.
I did.
sir.
I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't
Very
get to
good.
6 though.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, and then C. 3C. Any volunteers for 3C? Any volunteers for 3C? No one wants to try, so let me call on someone. Olivia? Where's Olivia? Olivia? Is Olivia here? Okay, can't have from Olivia. So Sky, what you got for 3C?
Pardon me.
What you got for 3C?
159.64.
Wait, explain it, please.
Okay.
We do not say okay in this class. I don't know where you get that from. I've been correcting you from since you reach.
My apologies. So I multiply 22.25 times 20.5, and that gave me 456.125. Then I multiply 456.125 by 35, and then that gave me.
So you're saying that when you multiply 25.25, what you got again? When you multiply by 20.5, what you got?
456.125.
You say when you multiply 25.25 times 20.5, you got 400 and what?
456.125.
No, that's not right.
Okay.
Is there anyone who could help her? 25.25 multiplied by 20.5. What's that? What's that result?
517.625.
Who said that?
Tatum.
Tatum, very good. 517.
0.625.
Very good.
Thank you.
517.625. Multiply that by 35, you get what?
18116.
No, pronounce it as a number. Pronounce it as a number.
Oh.
18,000.
Oh, you mean, oh, sorry. 18,116.875.
0.875, very good. And now we want to divide that by 100. And when we divide it by 100, what's the answer?
181.
181.
0.16875.
0.16875. How many persons got that one? 181.
I got that.
I did.
16875.
I got it.
Okay, good.
I got it.
Very good. And the last one?
Sorry, Ms. Petit. He
Go
was
ahead.
calling me, but I think my phone dropped out. No, I ain't understand what you got just now.
No, you
Sorry.
didn't. No, I'm saying I want you to do 3D.
No, 3C. You said the answer for 3C is
181.16875.
sorry about that.
We multiply 25.25 by 20.5. Then we multiply that by 35.
You have the wrong numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead and do 3D.
3D.
Mhm.
I have P times R times T is 50.99
Mhm.
times 13 times 4 divided by 100.
So 50.99 times 13 times what? times 4 all over.
times 4 all over 100.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I have, I have 2,599. I put, oh, I wasn't supposed to take out the 50. I have 599 times 13 times 4 over 100.
No, you're not supposed to take out that 0. Not supposed to cancel that 0. You can't cancel this 0 with that 0 because it's not at the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's not at the end. So, for example, like how we had it for like 300, it was at the end. So you could do it like that. Plus, you're dealing with a decimal. You have a decimal and a whole number. You can't cancel them out. You only cancel like a whole number with a whole number. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's gonna be 5.99 times 13, which is what? I mean, sorry, 15.99 times 13, which is what? I mean, you, Olivia. Anyone want to help out? What is 50.99 times 13?
662.87.
87 and multiplied by 4, you got what? You get 2,651 point what?
51.48.
0.48. Yeah, 0.48. All over what?
100.
All over 100. And when you divide 2,651.48 by 100, what you get?
I got the same thing. I think it's wrong.
You don't get the same thing. You get 26 point. The decimal point moves
Oh.
twice. You understand? The decimal point moves
26.
twice. Point.
Yes, 26.5148.
Yeah. 26.5148.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
So we carry all those numbers, 5148.
Yeah. Carry all them.
I just drop it off at 51.
No, don't round. No round. Unless the question say round.
Okay.
And we got the same answer without the zero. So can I do it that way?
No, so I think I multiply something, but when I multiply something, I had 2,651.48 over 100. Then I divide it and end up with 26.51 into 48.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anyone got all right?
Yes, sir, I did.
Shion, okay.
I did.
I got.
All right. 2%. If you got all right, if you got all right, put I in the chat. Let me see who all got all right. If you got one wrong, put Y. If you got all right, put I. If you got one wrong, put Y. If you got all right, put I. If you got one wrong, put Y. And if you got two wrong, put N. All right. Okay, any questions on this? Okay, Tiana got two wrong. All right. Do you have any questions on this? Do you all have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Aaron, do you have any questions for me?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Sky.
So, 3C.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't understand how we got that answer.
Okay. Multiply 25.25
Okay. And that's all. Oh my God.
by 20.5.
Is it okay if I use the calculator?
What grade are you in?
12.
Okay, yes, you can. What you got when you multiply them?
Okay, so I multiply 20.25 times 20.5, right?
Yes.
And that gave me 456.125.
No, mom.
Yeah.
So that's what
No,
got
that's
confused.
your problem. That's your problem right there. You're putting it into your calculator wrong.
Let me do my math work.
So let me show you. So what did I say? I said 25.25 multiplied by 20 point what? 5. And that gives us 517.625. So what are you doing wrong?
I honestly don't know.
Put it back in your calculator. Let me see. 25.25.
Yes. Times.
Multiplied by 20.5.
Now it's giving me 517.625.
Good. Now multiply that by 35. What you get?
One second.
So 517.625 multiplied by 35 is what?
You said 517.62.
It's on the screen. 517. Can you see my screen? No, wait.
I mean,
It's still
I
on.
could, but I didn't see it.
Oh,
Like,
I know it's a problem. I see. I thought you could see it. That's my bad. Okay, good. Can you see it now?
I can see it now, the calculator.
Good.
Okay, I got the answer.
You got, okay, now divide that by 100. And that's how we get it. 181.16875.
All right, understood. Thank you for the help.
Yes, that's my job. All right, let's move on to English studies. So we're gonna move on to English studies. So we're gonna head up again. The last time we were here in English, what did we do? We did what?
How to write your introductory for essay.
Yeah, how to write an excellent introduction. Today is Monday the 15th of January 2024, sorry. The subject is, of course, English language. Where's Naya?
Yes, sir.
I need you to do this.
Yes, sir.
Lanaya, where's Lanaya? Lanaya. And the topic is, so the subject is English language and the topic is how to write. So the topic is, so last week we did how to write a good introduction. Today, what do you think we're gonna be looking at?
How to write the body of essay.
Yeah, how to write the first body paragraph. All right, so how to write the first body paragraph. Let's say how to write an excellent first body paragraph. So what are the criteria that we need for an excellent introduction? What are the things that we need for an excellent introduction?
The hook.
Background information.
The hook, what else?
Background
The
information.
background information.
The statement.
One moment. Hello, Lanaya. Hello.
Hello?
Are you in class?
No, sir. I try to log back on now. My internet dropped, and so I on my data. So I try now.
Okay. I don't see you in the waiting room. So the first question is how to write a excellent introduction. Not introduction. Yeah, and just was on. So in order to write an introduction that's excellent, you need a hook. And the hook is there to capture the reader's attention. The next that you need is definitely some background information just to give your reader some context. And the final thing that you need is the thesis statement, right? That's how you write a good introduction, an excellent introduction, a satisfactory introduction, one that will give you full marks in the exam. Now the question here is how do you write an excellent first body paragraph? How many body paragraphs do we need anyway? How many body?
Three.
Yeah, you need at least 3. So you start off with your introduction, then your 3 body paragraphs, and then your conclusion. So that's 5 paragraphs altogether. So in order to, let me hear from you first before I start, telling you, you may know. This is your first body paragraph. What are things that you need to include in this first body paragraph?
Your first reason to why you agree or disagree.
Who's speaking? I don't recognize the voice. Go ahead.
Gilbriano.
Your first reason why you agree or disagree. Okay, yeah, definitely you need your first point. That's good. Anything else?
Supporting details to why you picked that reason.
Supporting details, that's correct. I agree. So you need your reason, of course, and you need supporting details. What else do you need?
And your conclusion?
No. Your conclusion is all the way at the end. Your conclusion is at the end. I asking you what you need for the I'm asking you what you need at the end for I'm asking you what you need for a first body paragraph. You haven't reached the conclusion yet. Anyone else? What do we need for a good first body paragraph?
Concluding sentence or not yet?
Concluding
example.
sentence. You do need a concluding sentence. Okay, so you need someone said concluding sentence. Someone said you need your first point. What else?
What about 3 examples?
3 examples. Okay, that's good. 3 reasons why you believe what you believe. Okay, I like that. At least 3 reasons. That's a good point. A very good point. Anyone else? What else?
Do
What
you-
else? Uh-huh.
Do you need a topic sentence?
Very good. Finally, someone said it. You need a topic sentence. I don't really go up a first body paragraph without a topic sentence. All right, you need a topic sentence. That's the first thing you write. Anyone else? What else do we need in our first body paragraph?
Evidence.
Evidence, yeah. That's part of supporting details.
Analysis.
Say it again.
Analysis.
What do you mean by analysis? Naya, that's a question.
I said like analyzing the supporting details.
I could barely hear you. Say it again.
Like analyzing the supporting details.
Analyzing supporting details. Okay. Anyone else? What do we need for our first body paragraph? Someone said topic sentence, concluding. Yes, Jalen?
I was asking if I could use the bottom list.
Yes, you can. What else do we need?
We need transition.
Say it again.
We need transition.
Transitions. What type of transitions are I gonna need in my first body paragraph?
Firstly or initially.
Firstly or initially. Very good. So we need transitions. What else do we need? So far we have topic sentence, concluding sentence, supporting details or evidence, analyzing the supporting details or evidence. We also need transition words. All right. Anything else that we need to put inside of our first body paragraph to make sure it's right? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you 10 things. By the way, I must admit, all of those things that you all said are correct, every last one. And so that's definitely good that you already have an idea of how to do it. So what I'm here to do is to teach you how to do it well. All right. So let's begin. So in order to write this down for me, please. In order to write an excellent first body paragraph, you will need to consider the following below. Number one, the first thing you need is definitely a topic sentence. So let me start it in a different way. Let me not say topic sentence. Let me just phrase it differently. So let's say that start with a main idea. So that's the first way that you begin your topic sentence, or you begin your that's the first way that you begin your first body paragraph. So here you want to begin your paragraph. Always do this. Begin your paragraph with a sentence that clearly tells what.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
May
I be excused to go to the bathroom, please?
Yes, you can. That clearly tells what the paragraph, what it is about. This sentence is called, what?
A topic sentence.
The topic sentence. So the first thing that you're gonna do when you are going to start your body paragraph is that you want to begin with a paragraph that tells your reader what the paragraph is about. So your topic sentence, so let's say, for example, you are writing about why, and one question they ask us, should schools Should school hours be extended to 5 p.m.? You might say the first reason why I believe, or you could say firstly, some person might start off by firstly, or initially, you can say firstly, the first reason why I believe, or the first reason why I agree that school should be extended to 5 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. is to give to give students more time to develop skill. So you start off immediately with your position. So you basically you have to restate your position again. So you say, firstly, I agree, or you can say, firstly, the first reason why I agree to X, Y, Z is because of this main reason. And now the first reason that you give have to be connected to the reason that you gave inside of your thesis statement. That's very important. So whatever reason you gave in your thesis statement, in your introduction, that's going to be the first reason that you mentioned in your first body paragraph. So that's the next one. The next thing that you want to do, so you want to start with the main idea. The next thing you want to do is give proof. Okay, so give proof. So you say, okay, I agree that school should, be extended till 5 p.m. Or you might say, I disagree that school should be extended till 5 p.m. because this would cause students to be more stressful. So that's the claim that you made, right? And so everything that you say after that have to be supporting that particular topic sentence. So the next thing you want to do is give proof. So you want to provide facts. What else? Examples. What else? Personal stories. You want to provide anecdotes. You want to provide logical reasoning, right? You want to provide maybe quotes, anything. You want to maybe provide statistics, right? Anything to support your point, right? So to support your main idea. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start with the main idea. So begin the paragraph with a sentence that clearly tells the reader what it's about. And the second that you want to do is give proof by facts, examples, stories, and stuff like that. The third thing that you want to do is you want to explain your proof. So don't just state the proof. Explain how it connects with your main idea. Explain how it connects to your topic sentence. So you give proof, and then you want to explain your proof. All right. So another word for proof is what we call supporting details. You want to ensure that you have at least 3 supporting details that you explain. All right. So if you believe that school hours should be extended to 3 o'clock, or if you believe that fun days should be canceled, that they should no longer have fun days, or if you believe that they should no longer have dance in the school, whatever you believe, whatever the question is, you have to give your 3 reasons. Yes, Clement.
Do we write the sentence in brackets?
The next thing we're going to do is explain the proof. So when we say explain the proof, what we mean? We mean say why your proof is important. Say why your proof is important and how it connects to your main idea. So don't just state your reason, like explain it. So you want to give your proof, that's fine, but you want to explain it and explain how it connects with the overall main point. So say why your proof is important and how it connects to your main idea. All right, next up, the fourth thing is you want to stay on track. The cute word that we use for staying on track is coherence. And so what that basically means is that you do not go astray. So if you're talking about pineapples, stay on pineapples. If you're talking about oranges, stay on oranges. Don't go to corn and don't go to lettuce. Like, stay on track. Whatever your main point is, seek to try to explain that main point. All right? And don't go astray. Make sure everything that you say builds on, like everything you say builds on your main argument, like what you're trying to prove. So you want to stay on track. That's the next thing. So stay on track. So stay on track is do not go astray. Ensure that everything that is in your body paragraph supports your topic sentence. So you don't want to introduce any new idea. All right, so you want to keep that same idea. So for example, if you want to explain why, let's say for example, they ask a question about maybe they ask a question on, do you agree or disagree that social media has a negative influence on the young people? You can say, I believe that the topic sentence may be something like, firstly, I believe that social media does have a negative influence on the youth because it causes them to have low self-esteem. Okay, so everything that you say.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Mhm.
Maybe excuse to the restroom, please.
Yes, you can. So everything that you
Thank
say,
you.
everything that you say inside of that paragraph must be directed to why you believe social media causes people to have low self-esteem. Do not go ahead and talk about how they have bad role models, or talk about how they could watch sports on the internet and how no, like you talking about how social media causes children to have low self-esteem. So you must stay on that particular topic. Don't go astray. Ensure that everything you say in that paragraph supports your topic sentence. That's what you need to make sure. The fifth thing is you want to make sure that that you mix up your sentences. You want to make sure that you mix up your sentences. What does that mean? Anyone know what we mean by mix up the sentences? Do you know that there are different types of sentences?
Yes, sir.
What are the types of sentences that we have?
Declarative, imperative,
Exclamatory. And what else?
Interrogative.
Interrogative. They are what else?
All right.
Declarative.
Declarative, exclamatory, interrogative. But I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about those type of sentences. I'm talking about
Simple sentence.
You have simple sentence.
Compound, complex sentence.
Compound sentences and compound complex sentences. So you have different levels of sentences. So you don't want to have your paragraph with only simple sentences, right? It makes you seem immature. And you don't want to have your paragraph with only complex sentences, because then that means that you don't have good sentence variety. Okay, so you want to make sure that you mix up your sentences, some simple, some long and complex, so that you can have good sentence variety and sentence types. All right, so use different types of sentences to make your paragraph interesting. So you want to show the reader all that you can do, because remember, this is an exam. The reader doesn't know you, so they need to know, okay, is it only simple sentences that you know? Is it only compound sentences that you know? Like, do you know how to create an effect with a small sentence, do you know how to create an effect with a large sentence? Like, show them that you know how to deal with different types of sentences. All right. And then the last thing you want to do is finish strong. Finish strong. So finish strong means you want to end your paragraph. End your paragraph with a sentence that wraps up your main idea. And gets, all right? So finish strong. All right, good. So this is what we do. So this is how you write an excellent introduction. Not an excellent introduction. This is how you write an excellent first body paragraph. You want to start off with a main idea. You want to give proof. You want to explain your proof. You want to stay on track. Don't go astray. Make sure everything you say inside the paragraph is related to the topic sentence. You want to mix up your sentences, and then you want to finish strong with a concluding sentence. All right. So with that being said, I need Tyra, give me one tip that I could use when writing a first body paragraph. One tip.
When writing a first body paragraph, you should stay on track.
Stay on track. Very good. What's the word that we use for staying on track? Remember?
Coherence.
Coherence. Very good. Good listener. Randisha Missick.
Yeah. Sir.
Pardon? Oh, I thought you say yeah. Give me one tip that I could use when writing a good first body paragraph.
Start with a main idea.
Start with a main idea. Very good. Malia, give me one tip. Malia, give me one
yes,
tip.
sir.
Give me one tip.
Stay on track.
Stay on track. Very good. Cheyenne, give me one tip.
Explain your proof.
Explain your proof. Very good. Tanaz Forbes, give me one tip. Tanaz Forbes. Finish strong. Very good. Sky Cash, give me one tip.
Mix up your sentence.
Mix up your sentences. Very good. Nevaeh, is Nevaeh Wallace there?
Yes, sir.
Give me one tip that I could use.
Finish strong.
Finish strong. Very good. Aaron, give me one tip that I could use in writing a good first body paragraph. Aaron, we do not have all night. Give me one tip that we could use when finishing and when writing a first body paragraph. Anyway, we don't have all day to wait on you to decide. New Bull, I can't remember how to pronounce your first name. Give me one tip. I can't hear you.
Finish.
Go ahead. I can
Finish
hear you now.
strong.
Remind me how to pronounce your first name.
Siren.
Siren?
Yes, sir.
You said finish strong?
So,
All right, good. All right, good. All right, so let's begin with are y'all done with the slide? Can I move it?
Excuse me, take my instruction, please.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
You finished? Okay, good. So what y'all think, what do y'all think though the assignment is gonna be? What do you think the assignment is gonna be?
Write
You have to write an excellent first body paragraph.
Very good. You have the right accent for body paragraph. So, how long do we take to write our paragraphs?
10 minutes.
How long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. You're supposed to be able to write your paragraph in 10 minutes. So let's begin. I'm going to give you a question, and I want you to write a first body paragraph based on it. But before we do that, we got to discuss, the pros and cons.
Mr. Petit, may I go to the restroom, please?
No, all of a sudden have to use the restroom. You do not have to use the restroom. It's like a chain reaction. No more going to the restroom, please. Class almost finished. Go to the restroom before class or after class. I don't understand. When one person say they want to use the restroom, all of a sudden gotta go. Come on, man. Even I want to use the restroom, but you think I going anywhere? No. It's called being responsible and maturing. Not everything you want to do, you have to do. Wait till time. So grow up. All right. Let's begin. So I want you to write an introduction based on this paragraph. So the question is, teenagers, and some of you had this on yesterday, or some of you had it for your aptitude test. And if you saw your aptitude test, you would know that you didn't do too well on it. So teenagers should be allowed to get a driver's license.
Yeah, so
By the way, license is spelled L-I-C-E-N-S-E. L-I-C-E-N-S-E. Some of you had all type of funny spelling for license. License is L-I-C-E-N-S-E. And the weird thing is the word is on the page, so I don't understand how you could spell it wrong.
excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I did get a screenshot of the notes, please, because I isn't finished writing now.
What's the name?
English language, how to write it.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? That's why.
Nevaeh, so.
Oh, Nevaeh. Okay. All right. So I put the notes inside the chat. So the question says teenagers should be allowed to get a driver's license at the age of 16 years old. Do you agree? Or disagree? Write a first body paragraph. Based on this. Now, question, inside of your first body paragraph, are you going to include all of your 3 points?
No, sir.
No, sir, only one.
No, please do not do this. A lot of you did this. In your first body paragraph, do not include all of the 3 points, just one of the 3 points. All right. One reason why you agree or one reason why you disagree. Okay, so question, do you all agree or disagree? That they should be allowed to have a driver's license at 16. Do you agree or disagree? You agree?
I agree.
Okay, why do you agree?
Disagree.
For those who agree, let's start off with agree first. Why do you agree? For those who agree.
Say it or write it.
No, just say it. Just say it.
I agree because people of that age often have places they need to be at a certain time. So it'd be very efficient for them to have a driver's license so that they can get around where they need to go.
What places they need to be again?
At the age of 16, some people are usually about to graduate from high school or out of high school. So they can either go to college or get a job. So they would need to go to college or a job.
So for transportation, So for
Yes, sir.
ease
Basically, yes, sir.
of transportation. Anyone else?
I disagree.
I disagree.
No, we on agree. We on agree. We on agree. Let's say what agree. Anyone else agree? What the reason why you might agree?
To give teenagers more responsibility.
Okay, so to give them more responsibility. What else? Why else would you might agree?
For teenagers to have more, to be more independent.
Okay, for teenagers to be more independent. What else? It makes transportation easier. It gives them more responsibility. It makes them more independent. What else? Maybe they could learn to drive at an earlier age. What else? Anyone else with on the agree side? I can give me some more reasons. Hello? No one else. All right, how about disagree?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I
disagree.
Disagree. Why you disagree?
Teenagers may start to do reckless things while driving,
Okay, so
such as drunk driving
okay, so teenagers will be reckless.
or picking up the wrong people.
Okay. What else?
I disagree.
Why you disagree?
I disagree because I feel like teenagers should be accompanied by an adult.
Okay, so teenagers are not responsible and mature. Okay. What else?
They might
result in an
accident.
accident.
Okay, so traffic accidents would increase. What else?
Some of them don't have insurance.
They don't have insurance. But if they get a driver's license, they'll be able to get insurance. So
They
what
might
else?
pick up the wrong person off the side of the road.
They might indulge in negative, we could say indulge in bad company. How was a better way to say bad company? They might so we could say easier to be in the company of negative influences. What else?
Too much freedom.
Say it again.
Legal to get a driver's license at age 16.
Of course, it's illegal to get a driver's license at 16, Erwin, but they're saying, do you agree that they should change it or disagree that they should change it?
Disagree, so.
Okay, good. Any other reason?
They might not listen to the laws of the road.
Okay, so they would neglect to adhere to traffic rules. What else?
They might sneak out and go places they're not supposed to be.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I never even thought about that. Sneak out and go to forbidden places. What else?
Mr. Petit, I have one for the agree side.
Okay, what else?
And they might pass curfew if their parents permit it.
Okay. They might pass curfew if their parents permit it. Okay, I understand. Anything else for the agree side? Yeah.
Their parents out by picking their little siblings up from school.
Oh yeah. So assistance can assist in times of emergency. And what else? Can assist or we can say
Not
parents.
even like emergencies, like if a family member needs to borrow the car and the car is not in use at the moment, then it could be very handy for that family member or friend.
Okay, so parents can delegate, drop off, and pick up errands to their children. Adolescents. Say teenagers then. Okay, so we have 4 on one, but that's what, 6 on each side? How much? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. So this is a good amount. So with that being said, wait, I think there was one more. Lanai, you were saying something?
I was saying it gives them too much freedom.
Too much freedom?
Yeah, and it increases the level of responsibility for immature children.
It what?
I was saying it gives them too much freedom and it also increases the level of responsibility for immature children.
Okay. But why immature children? But it increases the level of responsibility, whether they're responsible or not. Too much freedom. But I understand what you mean by too much freedom. That's good. Okay, so those are the options. I mean, you could either agree or disagree. But in your first body paragraph, how many points are you going to mention?
3.
In your first body paragraph,
1.
you're only going to be talking about 1 point. 1 point, for goodness sake. 1 point, only 1 point. How many supporting details are you going to have? How many
3.
supporting details? At least 3. Let me go over this again, because I know I could just feel that you're all about to give me something that I don't like. For the first body paragraph, how many points are you going to be explaining?
1.
1. How many points are you going to be explaining?
1.
Or are you going to go off track?
No, sir.
You're going to stay on track,
sir.
right? How many supporting details are you going to give?
At
3.
least
At least 3. Okay, so I'm going to put the timer. How many minutes do you have?
10.
10 minutes. All right, once you finish with your work, you can send it to me via WhatsApp.
3.
So the timer begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 minutes, people, 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes. Here is some reasons that you could use. If you agree, you can say for ease of access. Remember, the first thing that you're going to write is your topic sentence. Firstly, I agree that teenagers should get a driver's license because it gives them ease of transportation. That's your topic sentence. Or, firstly, I disagree that teenagers should be allowed to get a driver's license at the age of 16 because they are not responsible and mature. Or firstly, or initially, or you can say my first point or my first reason why I disagree that teenagers should be allowed to get a driver's license at 16 years old is because they will neglect to adhere to traffic rules, or they would sneak out to go to forbidden places. After you get that first topic sentence, then you're going to explain their topic sentence. Everyone should be writing their first body paragraph. You have 8 minutes and 49 seconds left. 8 minutes and 49 seconds left. On the agree side, ease of transportation, give them more responsibility, and so on. I'm not going to talk too much because y'all are thinking, so give y'all time to think. Please remember that you do not have all day to write this first body paragraph. You only have 7 more minutes left. 7 more minutes left. Once you finish with the first part of the paragraph, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp, please. At least 5 to 8 sentences. All right, at least. At the very least. You don't want to be you don't want it shouldn't be less than 5 sentences.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
Can you go back to the reasons?
You have 6 minutes and 34 seconds left. Five minutes and 55 seconds left. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left. Start off with your topic sentence. Give your reasons to explain your topic sentence. And make sure and end with a concluding sentence. Make sure I do that.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
My screen's black and I can't see the reasons.
Okay, my apologies.
It's okay. Thank you.
All right, you currently have how much more minutes left? Let me see. Currently have 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. And I don't see no one send me their work yet. So I don't know what's happening. Three minutes and 48 seconds left. Again, once you finish with your work, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Make sure indent, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Bulty.
Uh-huh.
My sister left and I couldn't take a picture of you.
Okay. Oh. Type it inside the chat.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Chanel Grant. Chanel Grant. Yes, Chanel. Oh, you can't speak. Oh, you can take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. You have 1 minute and 35 seconds left. 1 minute and 35 seconds. Chai,
Yes, sir.
this is too short. You didn't develop nothing. You literally didn't develop none. All you said is, I personally don't agree. 16-year-olds are not responsible and mature. Okay, so that's all you did. You just stated the reason why you agree or disagree. You didn't explain it. Come on, Chai, that's way too short. Write more, please. No, mom. Ebony's too short. I'm sorry. Too short. What? This is way too short. Where's Ebony's?
Yes, sir.
It's too short. Miss Lopez. Oh, by the way, that's time. It's 0 seconds. Send in your work, please. Send in your work.
Yes, sir.
Miss Lopez, you should write it as 1 paragraph.
You mean together?
Yeah, everything in one. You cannot say reason because. So you say, firstly, I disagree that teenagers should I disagree that teenagers should have a driver's license. You have to say at the age of 16. You can't mess that out. All right.
And I suppose to say should not.
I disagree. No, you're right. I disagree that teenagers should have a driver's license at 16 because they are not mature as yet. Good. Then you can say, you have to tell me why they are not mature. Why are they not mature? What do they do in the past that make you think that they are not mature? And you can't say 70% of traffic accidents are caused by teenagers. You don't know that. None of us know that. We don't know statistics. So you have to explain why you believe that they are immature. Like what caused you to think that? All right. What have they done in the past that make you believe that they're immature? Have you lived with teenagers before? Have you worked with teenagers before? Do you see them on the road? Like stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nevaeh Wallace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm reading your stuff right now. No, too much points inside this. I only asked you for 1 point. What is your main point? Why you disagree that they should not have a driver's license? You say because they drink and drive. Well, if that's your reason, you have to keep on talking about drinking and driving. You can't be talking about how they sneaking out. You understand me, Nevaeh? You have to stay on that point.
Yes, sir.
So you have to stay on that point. No, Leandra, where's Leandra?
Yes, sir.
This is the first body paragraph. This is the first body paragraph. You are only giving me one reason. You understand me? One reason why you agree or disagree that they should be allowed to get a driver's license at 16. You gave me like 18 benefits. I don't need all them benefits. I just need to explain one. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Excuse me, Mr. Woody, I sent mine inside the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's who? Teo. Oh,
Gilbriano.
Gilbriano. What happened to your phone?
I told you that my sister left the house.
Oh, I thought. Okay. Great. I'm gonna read it. What? Summer. Where's Summer?
Yes, sir.
What are you writing? Where Summer is?
Yes, sir.
You using Sky, y'all in the same place, eh?
Yes, sir, because my computer is not working properly.
Summer, what are you writing? Your last sentence said, this is why it is important for teenagers to be responsible. You're not talking about why teenagers should be responsible. You're talking about why you disagree that they should not have a driver's license at 16. You started good. Personally, I disagree that students should get a driver's license at the age of 16 because of the cause of accidents that can put everyone on the road at risk. Good. That's a good start. But after that, you've gone off track. You have to tell me, why do you believe that they're going to get in traffic accidents? That's what you have to explain. And you can't end up talking about, what else are you talking about? You're not trying to convince us why they should prioritize safety. You're trying to tell us why they're going to put us at risk. And that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to stay on that same thing, all right? Shakisha, Amari.
Yes, sir.
This is a good attempt, Amari. I like it. It's not perfect, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Prashant.
Yes, sir.
Did you write this?
Me?
Did you
Yes,
write
sir.
this? Did you write this?
Yes, sir.
Do not lie
Yes,
to
sir.
me. Do not lie to me. Did you write it?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's a good
Is
visit.
it bad or?
It's good.
Yes, sir.
Shadney, your second sentence should not be a part of your paragraph. You said this means that parents can ask their teenagers to pick up little siblings when they are unable to do so. Is that an emergency? Not an emergency. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you talk about this, also mean that if a serious problem were to happen, like an allergy, yeah, exactly, that's a good one. Wait, you ended by saying it's all about empowering teenagers to be responsible and dependable whenever they are needed? Really? But I thought you were talking about how they should be able to help their parents in times of emergency. So why we switch to talking about how we're gonna empower them? That's another point. Making them dependable and you know, fostering responsibility is a next point. That's a whole nother point. You understand what I'm saying? That should not be your concluding sentence.
Yeah, so.
The rest of you, I need you to send your work in, please.
Excuse me, Miss Betty, did you get my work?
Paul, if you sent your introduction, you can leave. If you sent your introduction, you can leave.
Good night.
Wait, give me one moment. Where's Cheyenne? Where's Cheyenne?
Cheyenne left.
Cheyenne left. Okay. All right. If you
I'm
finish,
here.
where's your math notes, Cheyenne?
My math notes are right here.
Did you take a picture of them?
Notes? No,
Take a picture of them and send it to me, please.
I didn't write it down.
Why didn't you write down the math notes?
Miss Fatigue, because I came late.
You need to get them math notes. Let me send them to you and you need to write them down. Do you have the math assignment? Hello, do you have the math assignment, Rashan? Cheyenne.
Yes, sir.
Send that to me, please. I'm gonna send you
Yes, sir.
the math notes. You need to write them down.
Yes, sir.
All right, if you sent me the first body paragraph, you can leave. If you sent me the first body paragraph, you can go.
Good night. Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night, Mr.
Good
Petit.
night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I finished my sentence, Mr. Petit.
Okay, that's good. If you send it to me, you can go. Go ahead.
Good night, Mr.
Shion.
Petit.
I need to practice on that and do that over.
Yes, you have to. I thought you was doing the one over.
All right. Yes,
I have already sent mine in, Mr. Petit.
Bree, you have to write down your stuff over, right? You have to write down your notes over. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Now I know you're sick, but over the weekend, rewrite your notes.
Yes, sir, I will. Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night. Where's Juan? Is Juan here? One left. I thought he want to know how it looks. Hello? I thought you said you wanted to see how it looks, but you left. You left.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
You're still talking about, yeah, but it's too short. Definitely. I hope you're not concluding. You can't conclude yet.
I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, you need to develop it some more. But you start off on a good point.
Father,
Go ahead.
no, I was going to like, I thought I was going off track, but I erased it out.
Mm-hmm. Because you say parents can be busy doing their own personal stuff at work, and I can be on as so. Yeah, there you going off track for real. Because you have the key one talking about what makes it easy, because you talk about ease of transportation. So what makes it easier for them? You could talk about the difference. You could compare it. This is an excellent time to compare it or contrast it to walking or even catching the bus. You see what I'm saying? Because catching the bus, you know what I mean? Catching the bus, you have to wait. You know, you don't know when that thing comes. And plus catching the bus, it don't even go through all of the island. It goes only certain portions. All right. So you could compare and contrast it there. That would be something good to develop. All right. Like tell me why it's easier for them. All right. Good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Sabria.
Can I please start my working when my mother comes home?
What happened? What happened? You don't have a phone?
My phone is dead, and my mother doesn't allow me to use it on weekdays.
Okay. But how do I know that you wrote something?
I wrote my
Yeah, I hear you, but I need to see it. What I need you to do is write your body paragraph in the chat, please.
Yes, sir.
And then you can go. Let me end this recording. Pause recording.